This leaves us with our final topic, that is on service portal and scoped applications. So in our earlier discussions, we've touched base about scope. So scope ideally just keeps the application within the boundary of whatever we define. So let's say I am creating a service provisioning request as an application. So a different application that is having a different scope will not be able to, on a out of the box configuration, be able to, make any changes or configure the application that is residing in a different scope. So you can say that creating a scoped application ideally means you're creating a secure application that is not impacting the instance. So what happens is when you make any changes in the global applications that is already available, let's say an existing business rule or scripting rule or any properties, if you go ahead and make a change, ServiceNow will understand that it is a customer configuration and do not make any changes to it by default. So what happens during an upgrade or a patch release, when ServiceNow is introducing new lines of code to the script, that code will not get added because the particular file is edited by customer. If I write my code on top of it, it may override the customer's configuration. So in those cases, those files will be skipped and there will be impact during upgrades. This impact again needs to be evaluated and manual intervention is required. So to avoid this is where you need to always use scoped applications or go with your own customization instead of touching out of the box codes. And portal pages widgets are the one that we would be using when it comes to creating our own portal. So these is where we give a nice user interface to our end users, and we can use this interface to go ahead and say that okay, I'm publishing this and use this for the consumption. So end users need a portal, they need a good look and feel so that they can go ahead and configure all these creating tickets or creating record producers. All those can be placed there as a request, and we can create this. Portal goes by three ways: portal, pages, and widgets. All these three are needed. So for example, if we look into our portal configurations, by default there is a portal defined for us, that is a service portal, and this is how it looks like. Every portal will have its own page. So if we go ahead and look the designer, we'll get an idea about how our existing service portal is looking like. So it will have a page, and inside the page it will have a lot of widgets, and that widgets are the one that is responsible for the look and feel of it. So I can do a control click on anything, or control right click. It will say page and designer or widget and designer. So we can open the page, you can see how the page looks like. It has all the container information, widget information. I can just drag and drop here. And similarly, if I want to edit the widget, you can always control right click and do a widget in editor. So the widget will have all the code that is responsible for populating all this information in the portal side. So it will always have a HTML template, some client-side script, some server-side script to process whatever that we are doing right now on the home pages. So portal, as we said, page designer comes up here, but ideally service portal will have home pages. It can have multiple pages. So you can go into service portal, and the one that we are doing is this one. It has the home page, but it has a lot of other pages also like this. So we can define, any page is a catalog homepage. This is how it looks like. This is our catalog homepage. So I can have multiple pages created. Every page should have its own widgets, and every widget will have codes that are defined in this way. So this wraps up our session here. So on a high level, we've discussed about